The story of Dino begins not with triumph, but with silence. In the shadow of towering ferns and giant cycads, a single egg lies half buried in warm sand. Around it, the ancient forest breathes with life. Insects buzz like tiny machines, lizards scurry over roots, and the distant roar of predators shakes the air. But here, inside this fragile shell, something stirs. The egg cracks. A small beak pushes through. Then, with a trembling cry, a baby dinosaur tumbles out. Its eyes are wide, its skin still soft, its legs wobbly. This is Dino, alone, vulnerable. The first sound he makes is a chirp so small, it vanishes into the jungle noise. He does not know why he is here. He only knows one thing. Somewhere out there, his mother must exist. The sun is high and hot. Dino stumbles through the ferns, calling out, "Mama! Mama!" Every shape, every movement gives him hope. He runs toward a heavy shadow and bumps into the leg of a stegosaurus. The giant looks down, confused, and swings its spiked tail. Dino squeaks and hides beneath a rock, his heart beating fast. The stegosaurus moves away, shaking its head. Dino keeps walking. He sees a family of triceratops grazing peacefully. He tries to join their circle, pressing close to one of the calves. But the adult snorts, lowering its massive horned head. Dino runs away again, his little feet slapping against the ground. He is too small, too weak, too lost. That night, when the forest glows with fireflies, Dino shivers in the dark. The jungle is not kind to those alone. But just as tears rise in his tiny eyes, something enormous blocks the moonlight. A long neck bends down from the sky. A gentle giant Brachiosaurus blinks at the hatchling. Curious, harmless. Dino chirps nervously. Chirp! The Brachiosaurus lowers its head, exhales a warm gust of air, and then sneezes. The force sends Dino rolling backward into a bush. From above, a bird-like creature laughs. A primitive feathered raptor, small and mischievous, hops onto a branch. It tilts its head and mimics Dino's "Mama! Mama!" cry, cackling at the confusion. Somehow, in this strange moment, Dino finds something like comfort. The giant does not hurt him. The bird does not leave him. They are not his family, but they are company. And so, step by step, a small, fragile bond forms. Days pass. Dino learns to nibble ferns, to drink from shallow pools, to hide in the hollow of fallen logs. He grows a little stronger. His tiny arms push harder against the earth, his tail steadier. But the jungle has eyes everywhere. One morning, the air trembles with a new sound. Heavy footsteps, the smell of blood. From behind the trees, a young Tyrannosaurus Rex emerges. Its eyes shine with hunger. Dino freezes. The giant Brachiosaurus swings its neck, trumpeting in alarm. The bird screeches and flaps wildly. The T-Rex lunges. Dino bolts into the underbrush, heart exploding with terror. He trips over roots, crashes through vines, tumbles into mud. Behind him, jaws snap shut with a thunder that rattles his bones. He hides beneath a fallen log, holding his breath as sharp teeth scrape the bark above. Only when the predator loses interest and walks away does Dino dare to breathe again. That night, he understands. The world will not wait for him to grow. He must fight to survive, or vanish forever. Weeks turn into months. Dino grows taller, stronger. His claws sharpen, his legs stretch longer, his cries deepen. But in his heart, the same question burns. Where is my mother? At last, he follows a trail. Broken eggshells, faded footprints, the scent of something familiar. He runs faster, hope pounding inside his chest. He climbs a rocky hill, peers down into a clearing and stops. There, lying silent in the dust, is the skeleton of a great dinosaur. Long neck bones, wide hip bones, and there, Scattered near the ribs, smaller eggs cracked open by predators. Dino does not need words to understand. This was his nest. His mother is gone. He presses his head against the cold bones. For the first time, his chirps fall silent. The jungle wind howls like grief itself. But life does not allow endless mourning. Seasons pass. Rain carves rivers through the forest. Plants bloom and wither. Dino learns to hunt small reptiles, to chase birds, to defend himself from rivals. He is no longer the helpless hatchling who once cried for his mother. He is lean, scarred, and strong. Yet the memory of the T-Rex, the one who chased him that first week, still haunts his dreams. That predator has grown too, bigger, stronger, hungrier, and one day fate brings them together again. The earth shakes, birds scatter from the treetops. Dino raises his head, his nostrils flaring. The smell of blood is in the air again. Through the trees, the Tyrannosaurus appears, towering and terrible. Its eyes lock onto Dino. This is no random meeting. This is destiny. The jungle falls silent. Then, with a roar that splits the sky, the T-Rex charges. Dino roars back. The sound is deeper now. No longer a hatchling's cry, but the voice of survival. He rushes forward, slamming his shoulder into the predator's chest. Teeth scrape across his side. Claws rake his skin, but he does not fall. He remembers the skeleton of his mother. He remembers the loneliness of the first night. And from that pain, he draws strength. The battle rages like thunder. Dino dodges, slashes, bites. The T-Rex thrashes, its jaws snapping inches from his throat. Blood sprays across ferns, bones crack. The ground trembles. Finally, with a desperate surge, Dino drives his weight forward, forcing the T-Rex against a sharp rock outcrop. The predator thrashes, but Dino does not let go. With one final strike, the great beast collapses. Silence falls. Dino stands above his fallen enemy, his chest heaving, his body broken but alive. The sun rises, spilling golden light across the battlefield. Dino lifts his head to the sky. His roar echoes through the forest, not of loneliness, but of survival. The bird-like companion circles overhead, calling out proudly. The gentle giant grazes nearby, unafraid. Around Dino, other creatures pause and watch. Not as enemies, not as strangers, but as part of the same world, breathing the same air. Dino finally understands. Family is not always the one who gave us life. Sometimes, family is those who stay when the world tries to break us. He is no longer just a hatchling searching for his mother. He is Dino, the survivor, the fighter, the voice of life in a world of danger. And as the dawn warms his scarred body, Dino takes his first step into the future. Strong, brave, never alone again.